Yo, what's going on, guys? What's good? What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? Lot of depression out there today. Not for me, though, guys. Not for me. You know why? Because I did tell you this was coming. I did tell you this was coming. 102.8K Bitcoin is what I have in the cards. That's what I'm looking at. Not too bad, guys. That's what I'm hoping for. A little more DCAing for the DCA portfolio series training course that I'm putting together over on the Patreon for our community. You'll love to see it. Let's dive into it, guys. What's going on today? We got some bullish things to talk about, right? It's not all doom and gloom. Isaac, my dude, what's happening, man? What's up, Rob? Really hoping that patience holding pays off. I'm over it. Absolutely, brother. Hey, it'll pay off, my friend. It'll pay off. You just gotta be strong. Gotta be strong, brother. Gotta hold on. This market is designed to screw with you. So make sure you just, keep it together, man. Keep it together, brother. Okay, let's get into the chat a little bit. Oh, we got another super chat. James, so bullish right now. Hey, I'm with you, man. It's a good day to have a good day, guys. I'm jack stacked and fanny packed. Let's get into it. I am excited. Hopefully you guys are too. Let's get into the chat. H. Barbarina in the house. What's going on, William? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe on the way in. We have 132 people watching. We have 34 likes, guys. We can do better. Let's get to 100. Let's climb that mountain of worry. Jay, Rob, can you overlay gold on the Bitcoin 1 week stack gold above BTC? Looks 70 to 80 day leg gives 90%, 95% correlation moves and nearly identical now. Maybe later, brother. Right now, I cannot do that. I can look at gold for you, but I can't get that deep into anything at this moment. Chicka chicka wow wow, chicka chicka wow wow. What do we got, Jake the Snake? I am cashing in the change today to DCA. Sell what you don't need. Not financial advice. I'm only here to entertain and educate you. Overcome DCAing. That's what I like to hear, man. John, super fantastic. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Overcome in the house. Lawrence shorted XRP since $2.62. There you go, man. Big John in the house. There she is, the one and only Gamma Goddess. Says Rob and Crypto Fam. Hope everyone's doing well. DCA is the way. Let's get this money. Hell yeah. Easy, yo, what's good, brother? Good to see you. Ditto's in the house. First Pokemon of the day. Rob, blessings, my friend. Great day to have a great day. Couldn't be more excited for the bags I've been stacking during this downtrend. Exactly. That's how you got to look at it, brother. Benjamin, what's up, buddy? Happy Thursday, my brother. What happens when we could see a dump. Could see a little bit of a dump. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Maybe that's what pushes us down to that 102.8K level, right? That's what I've been waiting for, guys. That is what I have been waiting for. Jesse and James still here, still grinding, still keeping my head in the game. Thanks for supporting us, Rob. That's why I always smash the like. Hey, God bless you, my friend. Absolutely. Paul, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my guy Dave. What's up, man? Let's go, baby. We got Bulbasaur in the house. Jay Money, my guy, my dude, my brother from another mother. Second Pokemon of the day. Bruno, what's up, buddy? I see you, man. Divine Vibes. Bought me some cookie. Nice. Cookies at a great entry point, in my opinion. All we can do is hope and get to altcoin season. Exactly, guys. No matter what, it's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when, guys, right? Swiftcoin had a nice move today. Did it? Did Swiftcoin have a nice move? Let me have a little bit of a looky-loo. Oh, yeah, it's up 3.5% while everything else is down. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yo Mars, what's happening, my guy? Good to see you. Soul of Jeff, I think December for Saturn BTC goes nice. Well, I mean, let's see, man. Let's see, right? We are caught up in the chat, guys. Again, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. We got 134 people watching. We have 45 likes. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get to 100. Okay, let's get into the news just a little bit. Let's see what's going on out there in the crypto space. Okay, so Isaac says the Halloween background looks badass. Yes, I agree, brother. I agree. I like that they gave us that. Crypto J505, what's up, man? We got Lick a Tongue, we got Gengar, we got Bulbasaur, we got Ditto in the house. Where is Charmander? Where is Squirtle? AF says, Brother Rob, happy Thursday, and the community, be patient. Stay with Brother Rob's community. Absolutely. House Hippo time? Yes, you know what? Before we get into this article, we're going to get into some House Hippo, right? We're going to watch a little House Hippo first because, guys, when you're down, when you're blue, the House Hippo always comes through, right? So let's get a little House Hippo action. Maybe we'll get a House Hippo pump out of it. Let's go, baby.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why it's...
Man, new people that come in are probably looking at this right now going, what the heck am I watching? Awesome. It's the House Hippo pump, baby. Absolutely. That's what you are watching in full effect. Now markets are going to go green because we watched the House Hippo. Otaku, my guy, what's up, man? Markets are in the flames. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join the Crypto Future Patreon and hang out with fellow rich weirdos today. Let's go. K-Rock says, what do you think pumps first, Swift or ZBEC? That's a tough one because they're both in the decentralized finance narrative. However, what I would say is this, because ZBEC is a higher market cap, it's more of a closer to a mid cap than Swift is. I would say ZBEC will probably pump first and followed very shortly behind by Swift Coin. So, Ramona, please hit the like. It helps the algorithm. Yes, it does, guys. We are fighting the algorithm. We started streaming over on Rumble as well. We want to grow our community over there like we did on X, like we did on YouTube. So make sure you are subscribing, hitting the like button, guys. Help us with the algorithm. It's greatly appreciated. It's absolutely free for you to do as well. So yeah, 139 people watching. We have 58 likes, guys. Let's get to 100. We got this. Milk Money, what's up, man? Happy Thursday. Absolutely. All right, let's get into it, guys. Financial giant Western Union disappoints the XRP community with the latest move. How does it affect XRP's famous CEO? Explains. Western Union, one of the world's most established payment companies, recently took an important step to adapt to the digital age and announce that it will launch a new stablecoin. With Western Union has disappointed investors by choosing the Solana network over the for its stablecoin over XRP. Dun dun dun. Some users have stated that Western Union's choice of Solana over XRP for its new stablecoin poses a threat to XRP and the broader XRPL ecosystem. However, Flare CEO Hugo emphasized that Western Union's agreement with Solana does not strategically impact Ripple, XRP, or the XRP Ledger ecosystem. The Flare CEO stated that Solana's election does not pose a threat to Ripple or the broader XRPL. According to him, Ripple was focused on highly profitable sectors such as trading and asset management with a broader perspective, unlike Western Union, which focuses entirely on consumer payments. So small money versus big money, essentially. Finally, the Flare CEO added that Flare complements the success of Ripple and the XRPL by expanding the use case of XRP. Western Union Solana deal has nothing to do with the XRPL or Ripple. Ripple is clearly pursuing a highly lucrative trading and asset management arena. By expanding use cases and making XRP highly programmable, Flare strengthens any verticals that Ripple and the XRPL have gained. Many XRP users expressed disappointment with the choice of the Solana network over the XRP ledger, especially given that Western Union has been experimenting with Ripple's payments technology since 2015. At the time, the company had explored Ripple's blockchain solution to enable faster and cheaper cross-border payments. However, despite conducting several pilots with the XRP in 2018, the financial giant chose Solana for its upcoming stablecoin. This led to disappointment with the XRP community. Wine. XRP will be fine. XRP is still going to have a great future ahead of it. Big things popping, little things stopping. You guys know the chorus. You know the chorus. Sing along if you've heard this one before. Over the top, supporting me over on Rumble. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Encourage somebody, says, should I have voted for Biden for crypto's sake? I think, honestly, we'd be in a worse situation right now if Trump had lost. As much as I'm a little frustrated with what Trump's been doing, I think we wouldn't be in any. At the very least, we'd be in the same situation in terms of the markets. We would still have Gary Gensler and the SEC attacking crypto. In fact, coming up this spring, we would have had another new SEC chair who was anti-crypto as well come in to replace Gary Gensler, or Gary would have stayed, one of the two, and lawsuits would have continued to pile up. I think that it would have been, if not the same as we are right now. But I agree with you. I am frustrated with Trump. Absolutely. We have House Hippos. You're talking to him. Love it. Absolutely, man. Ray, what's up, buddy? Bought a little Zebek, Toshi, and Pump.fun. Thank you, Rob, for all the information you show us. Smash the like button. Marcus, we got our 5th Pokemon of the day for Bitcoin on the hourly. Just signaled Death Cross a couple hours ago. 102. Actually, the Death Cross is a lagging indicator which represents a move that's already happened, not a move that's coming. So, little insight for you there. Beebs, my dude, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you, brother. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling, guys. Bybit suspends new accounts in Japan as the FSA prepares stricter crypto regulations. Bybit has suspended new accounts in Japan as the Financial Services Agency prepares new crypto regulations that may classify digital assets as financial products. Bybit, the world's second largest cryptocurrency exchange by trading volume, announced it will suspend new users' registrations in Japan starting October 31st, Halloween, tomorrow, as the country's Financial Services Agency prepares to roll out tighter oversight of the crypto sector. In a statement on Wednesday, the exchange said the suspension is part of its proactive approach to comply with Japanese evolving regulatory frameworks for digital assets. According to the exchange, the move will take effect from 12 p.m. UTC on October 31st, halting new account signups from Japanese residents and nationals. It has always been Bybit's commitment to operate responsibly and in compliance with local laws and regulatory expectations, the exchange said. Bybit added that the pause will allow it to focus its efforts on resourcing resourcing on reviewing local regulatory requirements and evaluating how to best meet the standards outlined by the Japanese authorities in the future. Existing Japanese users will not be affected for now, with all current services remaining operational. That said, it will provide further updates as discussions with the FSA continue. Bybit also apologizes for any inconvenience caused and thanked customers for their understanding and continued support. What if they don't understand and don't support? The decision comes at a critical time for Japan's crypto industry as the FSA moves to introduce the most sweeping regulatory changes in years. The new measures aim to close loopholes in the current framework and strengthen investor protection in the market increasingly dominated by retail traders. Among the reform under consideration is a new legal framework to outlaw insider trading in cryptocurrency. Yes, that's a good thing. A first for Japan. Oh, they've never had blocks against insider trading before. I guess maybe just in crypto, where such activity is not currently covered under existing law. A working group within the FSA is drafting detailed definitions for what constitutes insider trading in crypto, including trades made using non-public information about listings. We need that in the United States and Canada. That's what we need. Violations could trigger fines or even criminal prosecution once the amendments are passed. So this is not necessarily a bad thing. It's one step backwards to take 10 steps forward, right? They want to cut out insider trading in crypto. Why is this important, guys? This is one step closer to getting or limiting the amount of market manipulation that goes on in crypto, right? Every country needs to follow suit with what Japan is doing here, especially the United States, right? So that these exchanges like Binance, for example, can no longer manipulate markets. They wouldn't have a reason to, right? Because they can no longer inside trade. So this is very bullish. It seems bleak. It seems like bad news, but it's actually good news, in my opinion, to get insider trading out of crypto. I made my buy today on it. Nice. There you go. Good pickup, brother. Daryl, happy Thursday, everyone. Upgraded to the trading tier today now to make that extra dry powder. I actually have a couple of trade videos dropping in our trading group today as well. So yes, absolutely. You picked a good time. Guys, get over to our trading group today. Even when the market is red, we are profitable over there. If you don't know how to trade and you're sitting there going, well, that's useless to me. I'm not a trader. I don't know how to trade. Our trading courses are free. We have very, very helpful people. And all of our trading videos walk you through everything step by step. So very, very easy to use. Use the QR code in the top corner of your screen or the link in the description or in the comment section, the chat. Kizza, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing good. October has been a low. Yeah, no kidding, buddy. Yes, Moonvember is better. Let's hope. Yes, where's my October? Bitcoin resilience builds as the FOMC shakeout and gold rotation sets the stage for the next rally. Bitcoin continues to hover around $107,000, showing resilience despite the a week of macro-driven volatility. Analysts point to recurring trends in market sentiment that suggest the latest dip may mark the final post-FOMC shakeout before the next major move higher. According to Ash Crypto, Bitcoin has repeated a consistent pattern since June, a short-term drop after every FOMC meeting. Each decline spanning June through October has been followed by a recovery phase, indicating algorithmic and institutional rebalancing after rate decisions. On-chain analytics from Sentiment reports that Thursday's dip to $107,000 triggered the highest level of fear among retail investors since mid-October. Social media mentions of sub-100K predictions surged, mirroring conditions. See, that's another reason why I think we're going to hit 102,800 to hit the 50 moving average on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. That is going to cause max pain, max fear, guys. If we dip down on a wick to about 102,800, so many people are going to be calling for sub 100K Bitcoin. So many shorts are going to pile up, and boom, liquidation to the upside, guys. That's what I think. Mario, what's up, brother? Senior Rob, 50 push-ups. Yep, you're late. 50 push-ups. Let's go, Moonwell. William, not another shakeouts. William, I've been telling you guys for a week and a half now that we were going down to 102,000. So this is not unexpected on this channel. If you're new here, you're going to want to subscribe because we've been telling you this drop was coming for about a week and a half. Babes. Rob, do you think the best catalyst for markets now would be the government reopening? Could be. Could be. Yes, very much so. More pain. Rip the Band-Aid off. Let's get it. Exactly. Let's go see what's happening over on Squawk Box, my friends. The Fed, quote, has our back and will lower rates in December if needed, says Jeremy Siegel.
It's on yesterday's Fed rate decision from Jeremy Siegel. He is chief economist at Wisdom Tree. He's also professor emeritus of finance at University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Business. And Jeremy, we were speaking earlier today with Roger Ferguson, the former vice chair at the Fed. His take was kind of interesting on this, that first of all, he applauded that Jay Powell very firmly said that this is not a glide path, that the next rate cut may not be happening on this. And he's a little concerned about the potential for stagflation here, too. What's your takeaway?
Well, you're certainly right, Becky. You know, he said not only is a rate cut not a sure thing for the December meeting, he's emphasized by saying far from it. Those words, I think the Dow dropped 150 points in 5 seconds after that. I think my take is that this will slow down the bull market. I don't think it's going to stop the bull market. But they are looking at strength in the economy and basically saying, that it's not a sure thing. Now, we have 6 weeks. The next meeting is December 10th. I think the next 6 weeks are very important because even though it ends December 10th is 2 weeks before Christmas, we're going to get a good idea about how the consumer is going to be reacting to a number of tariff increased prices from all the goods that they're going to buy for the holiday season. And we're also going to see whether layoffs from AI accelerate or not. So I think what they're saying is, I want to see that data. And by the way, whether the government opens or not, and I certainly hope by December 10th it's going to be reopened, but I think they're going to have enough data. I think they have enough alternative sources of data to determine whether there is going to be a slowdown of the consumer. The good news is I think the Fed has our back. They're essentially saying if we do see a slowdown, we will cut. But if we see the strength that we are seeing right now, we're going to maybe wait another meeting and see what happens in January.
So you said you think that this slows down the bull market but doesn't stop it. Is that because you think that the market doesn't need rate cuts in order to continue to push higher? There's enough happening on the corporate front, on the economic front? Or do you think that eventually the Fed has to say, okay, we're going to give you what you want?
No, I think that, my feeling is we should be a bit lower. But I also have always said that I don't, we see now the 10-year at 410. I never thought people were talking about the 10 years going down to 375. Mortgage rates are going to go down. No, I really just thought that lowering that short rate was going to normalize the term structure, which means that, long rates are supposed to be above short rates. Now we have it fine. 410, We're going to get down to 388 on the Fed funds. Now, that's narrower than usual. But, you know, I never thought that the really long rate is going to do it. Listen, it's basically earnings. Earnings are great. Guidance has been good. The AI story is still alive. But a lot of investors are going to say, okay, I'm not going to get, you know, 3 3/4, 3.5% long rate. I've got to recalibrate that. And I think that is putting a lid on it. So I do see an increase, but I think a slower increase as a result of the caution of the Fed.
Mike Santoli was just with us talking about at 6,900, the S&P 500 was already pretty far ahead of where most Wall Street analysts were anticipating, most strategists were anticipating we'd be for the end of the year. How about you?
Yeah, well, it's even above what I am, and you know I'm pretty bullish on the stock market. That 7,000 looked like kind of a slam dunk. It's not a slam dunk anymore. It certainly, I think, can be there. And I don't think that, you know, we have a market that is really vulnerable at this particular point to a big decline unless we really do see, the tariffs sentiment beginning to impact consumer spending. And again, the good news is the Fed does have our backs there. They will lower if things really fall off the cliff. They will probably even go down 50 basis points. I'm not predicting that, but it's always comforting the market to know that the Fed is looking at it and is not stubborn about whether they're going to lower rates or not.
Okay. Jeremy, if anything, what concerns you?
You know, what concerns me is, again, I'm looking at what the consumer is doing. I mean, I like what's happening at trade front. I think that those fears are certainly being mitigated. I've always been worried cybersecurity. You know, we talk about, you know, maybe doing nuclear testing again on the military front. You know, I always thought that cybersecurity is as important as military security because our world relies so much on us being connected. And I always said the scariest thing is for America to wake up in the morning and not be able to connect to any of their accounts because of some sort of cyber attack. And we have to absolutely make sure that is secure.
That was a little more than I was hoping for.
I'm not predicting it. I'm just saying, well, you know, we need to spend money on that. Extreme. I mean, security today is more than just military security with armored tanks and atomic weapons.
I was talking about concerns for the market. I didn't mean concerns for the entire existential existence. Right. but we'll take it. Unfortunately,
the market, as far as the market's concerned, I mean, I think the market concerns are really, are twofold. One, huge layoffs that we see from AI that really send consumer confidence down, or people come away and saying, hey, you know, I bought this for Christmas and it was, $45 and now it's $55. I'm going to slow down my spending. And we see those two reductions. Again,
those are the run-of-the-mill things I was talking about.
Those are the two things that I think. But as I say, the good news is that the Fed, I think, has our back there. They say, if I see that, we will absolutely lower rate on the December 10th meeting. So, you know, that's the comforting thing. The worst thing is when you have a stubborn Fed that says, oh, no, I believe, inflation is what I look at. I'm not going to look at real spending.
Let's have a look at what the odds are right now of a rate cut in December. Let me have a look here. What are the odds? 66%. Hang on. The odds are currently sitting at 66% of a rate cut in December. 66%. So not bad. Not bad. It'll climb. It'll be back into the 80s and 90s soon enough. The odds. We're gonna get a rate cut in December, in my opinion. Gary says, hit the like button. Absolutely, Strawberry Dragon. Sadly, I can only DCA to Costco today. Hey, absolutely, man. Jared, looking forward to those trades, brother. Absolutely. Mike, good to see you back, buddy. Good to see you back. Kizza says, I'm still in crypto to prove my dad wrong, and internet coins money. It's magic internet money. You tell him it's magic internet money. Is this music? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, what do we have? U.S. and China reach key trade agreements. China and the U.S. have finalized trade negotiations today, October 30th, reaching consensus on tariffs and bilateral cooperation poised to impact global markets. The agreement provides economic stability and may influence cryptocurrency markets indirectly by affecting global risk sentiment and trade-related confidence. I can't dive too much into it because there is some illegal substances that they talk about, and I can't say those words, but to say the least, they said it was very positive what came out of the agreements. There's still more to come, like the NVIDIA chips, but according to Trump, that is up to the company to be negotiating, not the United States president. So we'll see what happens there. But so we have some progress here out of the White House in terms of sitting with China. Ohouse says rate cut doesn't matter. We are still having a bull run. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's going to happen. Paul says, how low could we go on Bitcoin? Paul, I've been saying for almost 2 weeks now that we're going down to 102,800 to test the 50-day moving average on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin before an aggressive move to the upside. Kizza, Rob will be mad if he has to say what price BTC will possibly go to again. Don't want to see Rob. Yes, seems like I keep being asked. It's hard for me to continually remember that, there's new people coming in, so having to repeat myself 100,000 times a day, I have to, be more understanding of that. So that's on me, right? I understand that. New people come in, they either missed it or, whatever. Standard Charter predicts a $2 trillion tokenized asset market. Standard Charter projects the tokenized RWA market will reach $2 trillion by 2028, according to the bank's latest institutional research report. I think it will be higher than that, to be honest with you. The forecast highlights potential growth in institutional finance and crypto market infrastructure impacting Ethereum and stablecoins. Though no direct executive comments or regulatory responses are noted, Standard Charter forecasts the tokenized RWA market reaching $2 trillion by 2028. The forecast could reshape financial markets, fostering institutional investments and affecting major cryptocurrencies like Ethereum. Standard Charter Group has published their blah, blah, blah. I don't know why they have to repeat themselves 3 times. The forecast suggests a massive institutional inflow into tokenized funds, potentially benefiting blockchain platforms. It highlights a crucial shift in financial structuring, while specific new funding initiatives are not detailed. This projection could bolster confidence in Ethereum and stablecoins, impacting their market usage. Previous forecasts from institutions like Citi and HSBC have similarly anticipated growth, often resulting in increased DeFi activity. Ethereum's role as a core protocol is continually validated. Very, very bullish for the likes of Ethereum, decentralized finance plays, and the likes of Solana. Scott with 1T. Hey, Rob, what is the difference between Pico and LFG? Should I get one or the other or both? Well, they're both complementary to each other in the ecosystem that is being built. They're both on the TV show. Guys, we are creating an animated series like Family Guy, and Pico and LFG have their own YouTube channel you can check out. So definitely check that out. Yes. Right. What else do we have? Ondo Finance partners with Chainlink to strengthen on-chain institutional finance. That's right, guys. Ondo Finance, one more reason to be bullish on Ondo and Chainlink, really. The leading platform for tokenized RWAs has announced a strategic partnership with Chainlink, the industry standard Oracle network. The collaboration establishes Chainlink as the official data provider for Ondo's tokenized stocks and ETFs, and introduces Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability protocol as a preferred solution for connecting traditional financial institutions across blockchain. Through this partnership, Chainlink has also joined with Ondo's Global Market Alliance, supporting the expansion of tokenized stocks on chain. Ondo's Global Markets currently hosts over 100 tokenized assets with more than 300 million in TVL. By using Chainlink's secure and reliable data feeds, Ondo's tokenized equities will receive accurate real-time pricing and comprehensive corporate action data, such as dividends, across all supported blockchains. The partnership also aims to help major financial institutions bring assets and operations on-chain using Ondo's tokenized technology, while adopting CCIP for seamless cross-chain transactions. Ondo is joining Chainlink's Corporate Actions Initiative alongside major players like Swift, DTCC, and Euroclear. The collaboration marks a key milestone for bridging traditional finance with decentralized markets, enabling a new era of on-chain capital markets. Very, very bullish. Ditto says, I'm starting to become more bullish on Solana than Ethereum. Am I insane? I don't blame you, but I'm bullish on both, to be honest with you. Candyman, what's up, buddy? Name something you're thankful for. My parents not having my location or a Ring camera back when I was in high school. No kidding, eh? Ditto. There you go. I see what you did there. Let's keep rolling, guys. We got another little clip. It is day 30 of the government shutdown. We got to get into it.
Now in day 30 of the government shutdown, and joining us for the latest out of D.C. is Senate Majority Leader John Thune of South Dakota. Leader Thune, thank you for being here today. It's kind of hard to believe it's been 30 days already. Yesterday, you said that talks had picked up substantially. Who's talking?
Republicans and Democrats, and I think Democrats and Republicans among themselves and across party lines. I think there are a lot more conversations going on now, Becky, than perhaps there were a couple of weeks ago, but there should be. I mean, this is a just absolutely ridiculous position to be in. I've lived through several government shutdowns in my time here. Nobody wins, and if there's anything about it, it's the stupidity of it. This is something we ought to be able to work out. It's simply funding the government so that we can fund the rest of the government through the normal appropriations process. And it's the Democrats have tried to make it about everything else, and all we're simply doing is saying, let's pass a funding bill and keep the government open.
In those talks that are happening across aisle, I know you said yesterday that it didn't include Democratic leadership, but what's the path or the framework for anything that would get you to a point to be able to reopen the government in those talks that are taking place?
Right. Well, it's 5 more Democrats. We're at 55 right now in the Senate. Every time we bring that bill up to fund the government, we have 55 votes to open up, and it takes 60 in the Senate. It takes a supermajority, as everyone knows, and so we just need 5 more Democrats. And yeah, it'd be nice if it would run through their leadership. I think their leadership is in a box. You've got the New York mayoral election coming up. You've got all these left-wing groups that are, clamoring for attention and to fight with Trump. And I just think the Democrat leaders are scared and threatened by all this outside noise and afraid to to open up the government. So if this happens, I think it happens through the rank and file Democrats who come to the conclusion that this isn't in anybody's best interest. And I think that's going to happen, Becky. It's always a matter of time. I mean, like I said, I've been through a few of these, and there isn't anything instructive about it. Nobody wins. This is just to me, it's a stupid exercise. It needs to end, and the sooner the better.
But you think that if it ends, it's only going to happen through rank and file Democrats? It's not a time after Election Day or some other time where the Democratic leadership gets together with you and you figure a way to do this?
I think there'll be
that's pretty unusual, and that would show a huge sign of weakness for Schumer if that were the case, if he loses his caucus and they vote around him.
I think it will make a difference after you get past Tuesday. You got those 2 off-year elections in New Jersey and Virginia. I think there's a lot of attention being paid to. We don't want to depress turnout by appearing like we, supposedly we've caved or folded or something like that. I mean, I don't view it that way through that lens, unfortunately. I think this is about real people who are being hurt every day by this government shutdown. Federal workers who aren't getting paid, everybody from air traffic controllers to TSA agents to Border Patrol agents, you can go right down the list. And so that's really what this is about. But if it is about politics, hopefully after next week, maybe it gets a little bit easier. But I just don't see much evidence at the leadership level, and of course both the leaders are from New York, the House and the Senate, much evidence that they want to do anything but keep this thing going. And keeping this thing going means that just millions more Americans are going to get hurt. And there's going to be a lot of pain out there. These consequences are becoming real now that we've been in this for 30 days.
Leader, how do you feel about, there's a number of proposals by some of your colleagues on both Republicans and Democrats to almost piecemeal certain parts of the government to stay open while the sort of larger, broader government remains shut down. And there's a question whether that, from a policy perspective, is a good idea or not, whether you effectively need the forcing mechanism, or if you actually were to approve some of these different proposals, ultimately whether we would never get the government to open again.
Yeah, and I think that, to me, that's my view, Andrew, that all that does is extend the shutdown. If you take away a little bit of the pain here and a little bit of the pain here, but still you've got millions of federal employees who aren't being paid, and many of whom are furloughed. But you got people who are working. I mean, people in this building today are working and aren't getting paid. And then, as I mentioned, all those who work in key areas of our economy. So I just think that you need to open it up, and the simplest way to do that is just to fund the entire government, not pick little winners and losers or do these sort of one-off bills. And I understand the rationale for that and why it seems politically feasible, but it doesn't make sense if the longer view is this government needs to be open on behalf of the American people. I mean, it's costing the economy. The things I know that you all pay attention to on a daily basis. This is not a good thing for our country, and the longer it continues, the worse it's going to get.
Leader Thune, while you're here, let's talk about some of the other issues that are happening in the world today, certainly impacting America. We did hear the takeaways from President Trump's meeting with President Xi of China, and it sounds like it's kind of a stand-down situation where we'll be getting rare earths minerals, we'll be selling more agricultural goods to China. Part of the trade-off may be that we ship them more semiconductor chips, not Blackwell necessarily, but maybe higher chips than had been approved to this point with the H-20. You've been pretty hawkish when it comes to the export of semiconductors. How do you feel about that?
It is. These have all these things, of course, with China. There's an economic issue here, but they all have national security implications, and so yeah, I'm obviously concerned about their role in the world and the things that they're doing in other places, and Russia and Taiwan, etc. I do think, however, when it comes to the economy, that our economies are sort of inextricably linked together. We're the 2 largest economies in the world. There's a symbiotic relationship that exists there. The good news, obviously, for a state like mine, coming out of the announcement yesterday, is that China's going to start buying soybeans again. The soybean market had been shut down. We had a big harvest this year, nowhere to go with it. So, there's an economic relationship that I think we need to continue. Obviously, there's going to be a give and take in relationships like this. But I believe that the administration will do what's in the best interest, not only of America's economic security, but our national security as well.
President Trump also announcing the resumption of nuclear testing starting immediately for the United States. Not entirely sure what that means, but it would be the first nuclear testing since back to 1992 when President George H.W. Bush put a ban on it. Is it warranted? Is it necessary?
I don't know the answer to that for sure. I'm anxious to hear the rationale and the explanation for what they're thinking there, Becky. I do think that right now the world is a very dangerous place. There are actors out there with nuclear capabilities, and obviously I think the president has employed a peace through strength approach to dealing with our adversaries around the world, and this perhaps is part of that. So.
Well, we can't get to that part of it because YouTube doesn't like those words, so we'll stay away from that part of it. Aman, what's up, buddy? Is the government shutdown a money-saving scheme? Well, it's a scheme. We'll call it that. Babe, someone is poking at Swift. Yes, it is up 3.5% while the rest of the market is down. Funny story. I actually have a video I had pre-recorded coming out this afternoon covering Onyx Coin, XCN, and Swift Coin. So very coincidental that Swift just happens to be pumping today. You'll love to see that. You'll love to see that. Okay, what else do we have on the docket? We got one more piece of news to get through. Let's dive in. Strategy leader Michael Saylor forecasts Bitcoin at $150,000 in 2025. Michael Saylor made a prediction about Bitcoin's price. He serves as the co-founder of Strategy, the company that holds the largest Bitcoin treasury. Saylor stated Bitcoin will reach $150,000 by the end of 2025. He shared this during an interview at the Money 2020 conference. The event took place in Las Vegas on Monday. According to Cointelegraph, Saylor based his forecast on equity analyst consensus. Analysts cover Strategy and the Bitcoin sector. He cited recent regulatory shifts in the United States. The SEC now supports tokenized securities. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent backs stablecoins for dollar strength. Saylor gave the prediction after the market dropped. Bitcoin fell to $110,000 due to the trade tariff news. President Trump announced 100% tariffs on China. We know. Why does this matter? Saylor's forecast affects investor decisions. It shows confidence in Bitcoin recovery. The prediction comes after a price drop to $110,000. Investors watch such statements from large holders. Strategy owns major Bitcoin amounts. The statement highlights supply trends. Exchange Bitcoin balances hits a new low. The reduced selling pressure. Institutions buy more coins. We support that public firms acquire 350,000 Bitcoin since November of 2024. Centralized exchange balances reached multi-year lows. A survey that in that coverage predicts $145,167 Bitcoin by the end of the year. Regulatory support adds weight. New laws boost stablecoin use. This drives demand for Bitcoin. Grayscale Research notes that the Genius Act passed in July it sets stablecoin rules. Bitcoin ETFs saw inflows despite outflows in some areas. Saylor's view influenced the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin leads the sector. A rise to $150,000 could lift other assets. Ethereum gained 16% in August of 2025 from rules. Stablecoins grow on Ethereum's chain. This shifts focus among platforms. The prediction alters competition. Traditional banks face pressure. Institutions adopt Bitcoin as reserves. 15 U.S. states plan Bitcoin holdings. This integrates crypto with finance. Firms like Strategy set examples. Global trends emerge from the U.S. changes. The Clarity Act advances in the Senate. It covers market structure. Positive rules attract investment. Bitcoin hits $125,000 in August of 2025, yet volatility persists. Skeptics question the target, probably because of emotion. I mean, I get it. We're leading into November, and Bitcoin's at 107,000. I can see why people might feel that way. Nonetheless, Candyman says, did you get a pic inside my beach house as your backdrop? Nice. Nice. My dude. Paul, 135K is still my big Bitcoin target this year. Hey, that's reachable. That's reachable. I see it. I can see it. I think we go higher, but I'm picking up what you're putting down, Paul. I'm digging it, brother. All right, let's go back over to the Bitcoin chart and see what's going on. Yeah, pressing downwards, 107,200. Like I said, guys, got to get down, fill this little golden pocket here, touch the 50-day moving average, and then we get aggressive to the upside. That's just my humble opinion. That is just my humble opinion. Let's go have a look at our website, guys. Check it out, man. It's absolutely free. The link is down below. Do you like newsletters? Check out ours, guys. Boom. All the latest in the crypto space. Check out our newsletters today. You can read all about them every single week. You can check our insights as well on deep dives that we've done every week. Base Network, we did a deep dive into volume 1 and 2 of Zebek, Avantis, Asteer, and much, much more, guys. Our courses, our videos. You can join our VIP community here, get all of our daily trade videos, and so much more. You can even book one-on-one coaching calls with me personally, where we can sit down if you're emotional. Guys, listen, this to me is the most valuable thing that we offer in our VIP community, okay? And that is that I've been through, this is my third full cycle. Everything you're feeling, the uncertainty, the doubt, the fear, everything, I've already been through it. I've experienced it, and I can sit down with you one-on-one. You can book a coaching call, and I can tell you how I got through it, right? I can tell you how I succeeded. Or you can join one of our group coaching calls. Check it out today, guys. The link is down below, or use the QR code in the top right-hand corner of your screen. This way? Yes, this way. Over there, up there. Check it out. Or, like I said before, check out our website. The link is down below for that. Also, you can keep track of my trip to Japan, where I will be doing a documentary series on Jasmine Labs. I will be in Tokyo next month filming that. You can check out the latest and greatest on our show, Blockchain Buzz. Every week, I bring together the top 3 minds in the crypto YouTube space for an unfiltered roundtable on everything shaping the blockchain world. You're not going to want to miss that show. Or our VIP live streams with Rue and Max over in our VIP community as well. And so much more, guys. Check it out. Again, the website's free. Go check it out. Get our free newsletter. All that stuff and more. I'll see you guys a little bit later tonight. Speaking of which, we have our live stream tonight with Rue and Max over on the Patreon. So check that out, guys. Make sure you're there for it. And yeah, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.